What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. Today's episode, we are going to be talking about impact. And impact is a big deal. This is episode number 32. It is my 365-day challenge, and it is a video podcast. So the reason why I want to talk about impact today, impact has always been at the top of my list, but I've always been kind of waiting for the right moment to talk about impact, because certain things impact you, but impact doesn't really mean impacting you. Impact means, are you impacting others? For me, that's really why I've been waiting on this. So today was kind of a sad day. One of my wife's friends that she teaches with, she recently lost her battle with breast cancer, and we just went to a memorial service earlier today. And for me, just looking back at her life, she was 50, and her impact that she was basically focused on was kids, teaching kids. She was a teacher. She loved teaching. She was actually a member, active member in her church, and she was really loved by all people. But the thing about it is that even, while she was in the hospital, she was still trying to make that impact. She was still trying to teach and still trying to grade papers and stuff, and the whole point to all this is that for you and for me, are you making the impact that you want to make or that you should be making? You know what I mean? Life to me really used to be, before I went to this event, that I didn't really think about what I could do to impact other people. But now that I realize, and now whenever I went to this event, I was seeing how all these people were on the stage. They would come up on stage and they would talk about impact. There was this one guy that came up there and he made this video, and it totally brought me to tears. And he used to be a rapper. His name is Prince EA. You can check him out on YouTube or whatever. He has millions of followers. But he used to be a rapper back in the day, and he quit rapping because he wasn't happy with how it was going. So he quit, and then he just started to get into this whole impact thing, and he started to really focus on how he could impact other people and make a difference. And by doing that, now he has millions of followers, and he totally knows how to impact you on video. He makes all these crazy videos and stuff, and they're really impactful. So, and part of his whole thing when he was talking about on stage is teaching you how to how to make an impact. And impact is a big deal, because the more people that you can impact, right, the more fulfilled you're going to be. So here's a question too, and being in a memorial service, this always raises this question for me. But let's just say that, it was you that passed away, right? Or it was me. What would you want people to be saying about you, right? What would your epitaph look like, That's a really strong question. And for me, that's something that, what would you want people to be saying about you when you die? That's a really big deal to me, because if you think about that now, before you're gone, right? And you start living your life kind of as that is written, then man, you're going to be in a whole way better place, right? So also another big deal that, the memorial service brings up for me, or another big thought or feeling, is life is short. Life is really short, truly. We all get hung up in these little, circumstances that we're in every day, or at least I used to, but now I'm so focused on all the stuff that I'm creating, and I'm so focused on the happiness and the wealthiness in my mind that, I'm trying to change, okay? And every day is a struggle but every day I'm making steps and getting better. So being, that I'm trying to change and I'm working on the change, and life is so short. Like, I had a guy tell me, 4 or 5 months ago, because I really did hate my job, but it was not just the job, it was me. It was more me than anything. And I'm just realizing this right now. Not right now, but like in the last few days. Because my job is not really that bad. But when I was so focused on the negative parts of it, and I'm talking about I was really focused on the negative parts of it. Like, I couldn't even find good in any of it. So I was so focused in the negative parts of it that I couldn't see anything. And it just brought more negative in my life. So I really hated my life at that point. I hated it. But he told me, this guy, he says, man, he goes, life is way too short to be unhappy. Think about that. Life is way too short to be unhappy. And I thought it was my job. And definitely there's some parts of my job that I do not like. But at the same time, now that I'm at this point, I'm not that old person here. Now that I'm up here at this point, there's really a lot of parts of my job that I do like. Especially, it's like I flipped a switch. I went to work one day and I got mad, and then I realized, why am I getting mad? This is the old me. This is not the new me. And then I totally flipped that switch, and now it's like a whole new deal. Like, my relationships at work are better. My relationships with my boss are better. Like, it's just a whole new deal, and it's really cool. It's really, like, exciting. And, I'm not sure, the job thing is the job thing. And I would honestly say that my performance has even improved because my attitude changed towards it. But life is really too short to be unhappy, or to be unhappy doing what you're doing. Now, for me, I was lucky enough to figure out that I was the unhappy one, and it wasn't just the job. But I'm so grateful. A part of this whole process that I've been going through, being grateful, one of the things that I'm grateful for is my job. I'm grateful for my job. I make decent money. I'm able to, even though the hours were, really killing me before, but now I've gotten myself in a position where I feel like the hours aren't hurting me, and I'm able to do more of what I want to do. So it's all a matter of getting yourself in the right position and positioning yourself to do what you want to do, or where your goals are headed, right? So life is too short to be unhappy. So impact, that would make a huge impact right there. But impact, impacting other people is got to be one of the most fulfilling things that you could ever do in life. And you can be the most successful person in the world, but if you're not fulfilled, then you failed. Because look at Robin Williams. He was one of the most successful actors that's ever lived the planet, and he killed himself, right? He had everything but the fulfillment part. So if you can't be fulfilled by helping others, by loving others, by doing things that make you feel fulfilled, then you're really failing at life. So I know it kind of jumped around everywhere, but think about you and your life and the impact that you can make, or that you are making, right? And if you're not, try to figure out ways that you can, because things that you do, even what I'm doing right now with my energy and, with my physical fitness and all that stuff, and I'm not perfect by any means, but I know that it's impacting someone. I know it is. I hear little things here and there, but I'm so happy that it is. But you know what? In the whole process of it, it's making me a better person, and I could never be unhappy with that. So that's about all for today. Thanks for watching. Think about how you can impact others, or the things that you're doing that are impacting, and think about, if you're unhappy with certain things, think about how you can change and make yourself happy, and try to focus on the things you appreciate. I promise you, it'll bring a lot more good things in your life. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for being, one of my people that watches these videos. I know they're cool. They're okay, but they're all over the place, and I get that, but I'm working on that. So I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next episode.